Taking a live look at the rocket and capsule right there on the launch pad at the Kennedy Space Center as we are counting down to the launch window opening for the historic Artemis II mission.
Yes, that launch window is set to open in less than 11 hours from now, and this mission will be the first time in more than 50 years that humans will orbit the moon. CNN correspondent Ivan Rodriguez joins us live this morning from Kennedy Space Center.
All right, good morning. What can you tell us about the launch system, rocket, and the Orion spacecraft that we're looking at behind you?
Jacob, Alona, good morning. Yes, it feels a little bit more real now that the sun is out and we're less than 12 hours, less than 11 hours away from that launch window opening of the historic Artemis II mission. Now, in terms of the SLS rocket, this is NASA's biggest rocket. It stands 322 feet tall, which is actually taller than the Statue of Liberty. And in terms of weight, it's going to be just under nearly 6 million pounds when it's filled with that propellant. Now, in terms of the Orion spacecraft itself, it's going to carry those 4 astronauts near the tip of that rocket. So the majority of that 322 feet is really just filled with fuel that's going to be pushing the Orion spacecraft located at the top of that rocket all the way up into space in about an 8-minute or so journey all the way into Earth's orbit. They're going to spend about 24 hours orbiting the Earth 2 times. In that time, they'll have the ability to check all of the communication systems, all the life support systems before they get the all clear to then head on that in total 10-day journey around the moon. Now, an interesting fact here is that the lead director for NASA says if you were to hold a basketball out in front of you, that's about how close and how big the moon will appear from the cruise window at closest approach. We're expecting approach at closest to be within about 4,100 miles from the moon's surface. So they'll be able to really look at intricacies of the lunar surface and be able to really look at the moon's craters. And again, they're going deeper than any a human has before. So they'll be able to look at that far side of the moon, something no one has seen before.
How incredible to think about. And if you think about that basketball that you're holding out at arm's length, at some point they're going to see the Earth back there behind them as well. Just such an incredible moment for humans in general. This is an exciting time. Ivan, can we talk a little bit more about who is a part of this Artemis II crew?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a mission of many firsts, and in terms of the crew, that continues on as well. So it's a 4-person crew. One of the astronauts is Christina Cook. She is an engineer as well as a record-holding astronaut who will become the first woman to venture to the moon. NASA's Reed Wiseman, he's a Navy test pilot, single father as well. He's going to serve as the commander of the mission. The Canadian Space Agency's Jeremy Hansen, he's a fighter pilot who will be the first non-NASA astronaut to venture out to the moon. And then you also have Victor Glover. He's going to be the first black person to travel to deep space, and he's also a Navy test pilot. So again, a mission of many firsts in terms of what NASA will be able to achieve on the science front, but also here on the diversity front as well.
Well, we are so excited about today. Ivan Rodriguez live at the Kennedy Space Center with some great insight. Thanks for joining us this morning.
All right, stay with us all day for live coverage from the Johnson Space Center here and the sold-out watch party at Space Center Houston. Watch the launch live on air and streaming on KHOU 11+.